షేర్ స్క్రీన్ ఇప్పుడే చేసేస్తే ఇది రావట్లేదు భాస్కర్ ఏంటో ఏం చేయాలి
షేర్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ముందు ఓపెన్ చేసి పెట్టండి
ఓపెనే ఉంది ఇప్పుడు వస్తుంది
వస్తుంది
ఎందుకంటారు ఇలాగా
మామూలుగా రావాలి సార్ వచ్చేస్తుంది సార్
విఎన్ వీరమ్మ మనేంద్ర కటకం దుర్గా కాకినాడ దుర్గా ప్రసాద్ గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ టు యూ Any structural engineer dreams of designing large span structures and tall high-rise structures. So one large span is vertical loads and tall structures are for wind loads and earthquake. Ajit Kumar, Abhilash. Metla Srinivasarao. In our LEAP Series 1, we used to get maximum was 480 viewers at a time. That means and 4,800 views by the time I completed. But now it is 1,000 views and maximum 100 viewers. Hi Nikhila, I remember you project MTech project you are doing. Hi Subramaniam, Zoom lo unnara? Nagaraju. Hi Sridhar. And Gautam Chaurasia, Varshit Valala, Jitendra Patel, Rajesh Khanna, Divya Akula, good morning to you all. Another 2 minutes, Raghavendra, Seshagiri, Hemant Reddy garu, good morning. Nagaraj Pattar, Ranga Satamji, welcome, good morning. Another. Mohammad Mansoor Ahmad. Vanuteja, good morning. Hi Chittubabu. Why people are coming in Zoom, not in Facebook, not Zoom? Chittubabu and Subramaniam. Subramaniam Aula. Oh, okay. You are there in Zoom also. Okay, good.
Sir, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sridhar. So we'll start the most another important topic, Jairama, large span structures. It is very fascinating to see these large span structures, an opportunity for structural engineers, civil engineers, construction engineers to showcase their capabilities. I am always excited to talk about these large span structures. Wherever I got the opportunity, I involve and do the designs of these large span structures. So large span structures basically is a spatial structure or linear structure used for commercial purposes, and the building structures are defined by the geometry, material, load action, and construction. These are the four most important things whenever we think of any large span structure. When building has a meaning by expression, an idea, or by being a special kind of place, it is called architecture. In fact, by I have come across some clients telling me when we show some building elevation for an office, they say it is looking like a school. And when I show for a school, they say it is looking like an office. So architecture, by seeing the building, you get a feeling. And I don't know how many of you have experienced this. When you are going to visit some place, say London or Tokyo, you will have some imagination about that. And when you land there, you will try to compare. Similarly, a large stadium, when we say, you will have an imagination. And so it is about expressing that, like a residential building means you expect balconies and windows and all. Hospital means a lot of rooms for our hotel, hospital. Similarly, stadium, you have a warehouse. So for everything, you have an imagination. If you know about it, you will imagine. So all the structure is a necessary part of the building. It is not necessary part of architecture. Without structure, there is no building. But sorry, it is a mistake actually. It is a necessary part of architecture, and without structure, there is no building. But depending on the design philosophy, architecture as an idea does not require structure. They think, this is a criticism I would say. Any architect wants to see a finished part, but he doesn't bother or know about what should be the structure. Very few architects I have come across will also think about structure. So the relationship of structure to architecture or interdependence of architecture, form and structure is most critical for the broader understanding of structure and design of building in general. On one hand, support structure may be exposed to be part of architecture. That is a good architecture, I always say, like Santiago Calatrava, who expresses by using the structure. And I can tell you, show me any structure designed by Calatrava, I can tell this is Calatrava. He has that character in the building. Similarly, I have some architects whom I know who have their own character expressed in the design. And similarly, I have my own tower designs. I design towers, and by seeing the tower, I can say this is the tower. Anywhere in India, I can say this tower is designed by me. I know what is that character of that tower. So similarly, structures have a character from the designers. The structure may be hidden by being disregarded in the form giving process, as is often the case in postmodern buildings. You know, the buildings, they're all, structure is something and architecture elevation is something else. So hidden structure, exposed structure and partially exposed structure, and decorative structure and tectonic structure, and versus sculpture structures. So these are all the different types of structures, and innovative structures and standard construction structures. So what is the purpose of structure? Basically, it is the support, it is the serviceability, support, like it should be stable, it should be robust, and to hold the building or any load that is required, so that it doesn't collapse or it doesn't crack or it doesn't go away from the serviceability. So collapse, there is a theory, ultimate collapse is by buckling any structure or instability or yielding of a material or fracture of like concrete. And the structure makes the building and spaces within the building possible. It gives support to the material, and therefore it is very essential. Serviceability, the structure must be durable and stiff enough to control the functional performance such as excessive deflection, vibrations and drift. These are all the definition. Deflection, vibration and drift are the ones which we check for serviceability of the structure. And long-term deflection, expansion and contraction due to the temperatures. So these are all the things. And ordering the system, the structural functions as a spatial and dimensional organizer besides identifying assembly or construction systems. Because the structure, you cannot construct a structure without thinking of constructability, buildability and stages of construction, particularly in large span and high-rise structures. And the form giver, the structure defines the spatial configuration, reflects other meanings and is part of the aesthetics. Aesthetics is a branch of philosophy actually. So there is no measure for aesthetics. For someone it looks nice and for someone it doesn't look nice. So aesthetics is very person dependent actually. So what are the structural systems of large span structures that we do? Like linear structures, like bridges, linear, one span, 300 meters, 200 meters is the span. Spatial structures, that means two-dimensional or three-dimensional structures. And the cantilever structures, that means one support cantilever structures. And I mean, the surprising thing is about structures is, we feel cantilevers are tough to handle, but when it comes to constructability, cantilever is more constructible particularly in bridges because of this moving form or incremental construction techniques. So most of the very large span bridges, you have these double cantilevers, and also the chimneys, because of the constructability by jump form, slip form. We use the chimney type structures. Even for pylon, which has the structure, we construct vertically and then add. Next is methods or pre-stressing, pre-tensioning, post-tensioning. That means we enhance the capability of the material. We give the reinforcement or reinforce the weakness. So we use the strength to compensate the weakness actually. That is pre-stressing, pre-tensioning, post-tensioning. And even the steel we do pre-tensioning because it is strong in tension, whereas concrete we pre-stress in compression because it is weak in tension. So use the strength to compensate the weakness. That is the concept of pre-stressing. And the supports, what kind of supports we have. Always the supports determine, the support condition determine the stability of the structure. Truss type elements, that means only 3 degrees of freedom. Axial deformation in X, Y, Z direction. And beams which have 6 degrees of freedom, that is deformation in X, Y, Z direction and rotation in about X, Y, Z axis. That is the beam. And we have structural systems like frames, plane like slab, plate, and space like shell structures and folded plates, and Verandale structures like using the frame within the plane, a deep beam eliminating the unwanted material is a Verandale girder with beam elements. And the plates, we have the large plates designed, waffle slabs, ribbed floors, and coaxial slabs, folded plates, and shells, large shells. Shell structure is the most beautiful thing. Both for we have the cylindrical shells which will span in one direction. We have spatial shells, spherical domes, which will span in two directions, and you can have like a 70-meter span with 75 thick shell kind of thing also. If it is accurate in shape, actually, they're all shape sensitive behavior, whether it is a folded plate or shells. And we have cable stayed, cable supported structures, arches, and domes, and tensegrity is another type of structure for large spans. That means if an arch is a compression structure, tensegrity structure is a tensile structure, and even cable stayed, cable supported are tensile structures. So form, you can use passive surface structures, and in the form you can use active surface structures. Active surface structures are those who participate in the structural behavior as well as they give the form. And need for large span structures. Why is it out of passion we are doing large span? No, it is out of the need actually. Why the need arises when you have the bridges to cross large span like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer river. It is not easy to do the foundations for every 20 meters, 30 meters. So what we do is to optimize, we increase the span. But then when we increase the span, then the constructability is the question. So we call it as obligatory spans. Obligatory is the minimum required clearance, for example, for the navigation and or economy, and then buildability. These are the aspects. Buildability of foundation in the river is much more challenging. And I come across many people dying during this well sinking, you know. It is a big safety issue in rivers for construction of the foundation. And next is the airports. Airports also you need large spans because of the movement of the people, and you cannot restrict with this obstructions and all. So we design the airports with large span. And you need sports stadiums. The maximum large span structures you see come across is always for Olympics or Asian Games or any sports. So we have to design the sports stadium, sports arena, because you need unhindered view for the sports, for the audience. Maybe this will change in future with this technology. People may prefer more viewing, but live viewing is always live viewing, you know. But I was told the IPL is going to be without spectators now. It will be there, but people can watch from TV and internet. So that kind of may emerge in future, we don't know. And the convention centers, exhibition centers, auditoriums, these are another type of structures where you need large spans, because people, wherever there is a congregation of more people, when they have the common line of sight required, you need a large span. And industrial structures, process oriented, you need process clear space for the flexibility in the process. Next is the aircraft hangars. Aircraft hangars, you will have the spans up to 100 meters span. And warehouses normally we design with 30-meter spans. Like Amazon now with online business growing, Amazon, Flipkart and all, they require the large span structures because of the logistics to utilize the space to the maximum extent. That is, and these are the, and parking garages, that is another thing. In parking garages, we get a span up to 60 feet, 18 meters span. So these are the various needs for large spans. So I'll now quickly run you through, I'll not talk about the theory. We have so many interesting structures we have to see. This you can see is a spatial grid actually. It's a stadium large span wooden structure. And this is the outer view of that large span wooden structure. This is not done by me. I'm just showing to create interest in people, how many forms are possible, how many types of structural systems. It looks like a shell, you can see. And long span structures from the history, we have seen need of a man starting with the domes, the prayer halls and all that. And so this is the Hagia Sophia in Turkey. Again, this is a mosque. This is the inner view of the, I had visited this last year, this dome. And Taj Mahal, all of us know how famous it is. And it is again with the domes. And St. Peter's, that is the oldest thing, 1590 constructed, still performing. And this is the another last span. And Astrodome, Atlanta, 1980, it is constructed. And this is the aerial view of the Astrodome, and this is the inner view of the Astrodome. Again, this is a radial ribs with the secondary things. I mean, you should observe the nature. If you observe the bird's wings, you will find like this. You will have the bones and all that. So we should evolve the structural systems always by observing the nature. And this is a spherical dome, sphere actually, complete sphere, Orlando. And modern large span structures we see in stations and airports. This is 73-meter span arch structure. Primarily arch actually, and this is a, you can see 162 meters arch viaduct bridge, rail viaduct, and this is a 114 meters industrial building. You can see how congested it is. That is how people have to go for large span to give this flexibility of planning in the layout of this machinery and operation. So this is Brooklyn Bridge, very famous, 486 meters, and cable suspended bridge. And recent techniques, we have mushroom concrete frame units and thin concrete shells, space frames, and tensile membranes, fabric structures, air domes, and tensegrity fabric domes. So this is the thin concrete shell form passive. So you can see this is the concrete shell. And CNIT Exhibition Center, again shell structure, and convention centers. This is a very interesting form you can see. And Olympic stadiums, they all run into 300 meters kind of spans actually. Very interesting structures. And here we have to use the hoop tension, we have to use the plane stress, plane strain kind of structural behaviors in designing these structures. And you have the spatial shells and then hoop tension structure. So this is the, and this is the Silver Dome, 220-meter span. Fabric is used, and air dome cable reinforced fabric structure. So these are all the, so we should study always whenever we have to design. And this is the Georgia Dome at Atlanta, 235-meter span. So this is the inner view of that Georgia Dome. And building support structures, horizontal span structure systems, and main load bearing like gravity consisting of floor, roof, framing, slab, trusses, columns, walls, and foundations. And vertical building structures, wall frames, cores, and tall buildings. These are all the different types of large span that we have to design. So we have to understand the structural behavior very clearly and incorporate. So these are the span structures. So we have this two-way span where we check with the yield line, and then we have these folded plates, we have these cylindrical shells, we have these line elements like this, beams and slab, and straight surface elements like this, slabs, and curved surface elements, and we have these spatial forms, this pyramid and conical, and these are the spherical domes and all that. So, and this is the folded plate structures, and this is the framed structures, and this is the what you call noded structures, spatial node structures, and these are the hyperbolic paraboloid shells and all. So this is the spherical shell and all. Very interesting structural element. So we should know about, whenever we have to design this kind of large spans, one is the form which people want to see, and another is the structural efficiency, and third comes the and sorry, I'll take the questions. So we have to consider the buildability. That is very important in large span structures. And beams are one-way elements. We have that shear, torsion, and bending, and axial force. And cable-supported beams and cable beams also. Like arch is a beam. With arch also we can design as a beam. And so we have planar beams, we have spatial beams, we have space trusses, and we have the cable beams. So these are all the atrium, different museum structure you can see. And this is the international airport, as I said, Shanghai. And this is international airport. Even now in India, we have these structural systems in Mumbai, Delhi, large spans. And we have seen in Bangalore also the Northlight shell. Floor roof framing. This is another thing. Buffalo Metropolitan Transportation Center. And here you can see the truss, space truss. And then Osaka Rinkai Sports Center. And this is also steel structure. And so these are the, here also you can see the grid, steel grid, large scale beam, including the trusses. And this is the Germany Trade Union building. And you can see these trusses, pipe trusses. And San Francisco terminal, it resembles our Hyderabad airport. Our inspiration could be from this for the Hyderabad airport. And Petersburg shopping center, you can see all steel structures, so sleek. And this is the Tokyo International Forum. Very interesting form. And cable supported beams and cable. So this is the cable supported Golden Gate Bridge, almost 1.2 kilometer span. World Trade Center, Amsterdam. And this is the Sydney Bridge, very famous. See, in addition to structural form, it also has got the aesthetics. That is how it becomes famous. And footbridge, Vilnius. And this is the Hotel Munich, Germany. And shopping areas in Berlin. You can see this tension and compression structure. These are the cards, bottom cards. Mercedes-Benz headquarters in Germany. And the frames are, so these are all the frames like Sainsbury Central Visual. This is a portal, a large span portal you can see with the steel structure. Always, any structure, finally it is the bending top chord and bottom chord, shear with these bracing, and the end joint rigidity with these bracings, and then column with axial force and movement and shear. That's it. So we have to design these structures considering this bending, but the secondary effects when it comes to large span, the nonlinear effects and secondary effects, we have to consider P delta effect in the design. So Visual Art UK interior and suspension railway station. So this is the railway station suspended from the structure. You can see this is a huge frame suspending the station below. Very interesting structure. And Madrid, Spain airport. And this is Madrid, Spain airport. You can see huge pipes and a beautiful interior. And this is San Diego Library. We have our L&T ECC also similar, but this looks much better. And this is the arches, large arches with shells type structure, concrete. And Beijing Art Factory, China. And this is a shell structure again, you can see. And this is the Satelos Airport. The Santiago Calatrava structure and architecture is like this. He uses a lot of ribs in this. And anything he uses the ribs. and makes it look, with this sleek ribs, you get the aesthetics in the structural form. So this is the, again, same different view, and this is the inner view with the concrete structure, very interesting portals and spatial structures. And this is the Olympic Stadium, Montreal, 1975. You can see this is also comes under dynamic architecture. The roof fabric can be taken out when it is what you call comfortable climate, and when it is cold, they will close it, this kind of thing. And this is a Montreal Stadium. You can see the span and number of people, capacity of this stadium. And we have this Dresden main train station in Germany. So this is the interior view, all arches. And this is the interior view of that. And this is the airport terminal. So City of Arts, Science and Planetarium. This is Spain again. International Airport in Germany, Kansai. And this is the interior view. So Mumbai, our Terminal 1D, you can has the inspiration from this actually. You can see the structure. We have the larger frames, and here they have taken a closer frame and made it spatial actually, with the bracings and all. And this is another view of the Kansai International Airport. And Shenyang, International Airport, and this is the Central Paul Klee, Switzerland. See the how it is like a wave, sinusoidal wave, you can see. And this is the Switzerland folded plates. I also had the opportunity to design folded plates of 20-meter span in Hyderabad. CIPET, Central Institute of Plastic Extension Training or something. Yeah, CIPET. This is another interesting farm, Chapel, Colorado. This is and these are the tree columns. Nowadays, most of the airports we see branching off. So here you can see, and these are the tensile members, and you can see to minimize the movement in these things, and it is a hinged structure basically. This is the real tree structure, you can see. Stuttgart Airport. Really looks like a tree. And this is the dome and shell structures. This is a hangar in Germany. And this is the Orly Airport. And this is the Alnwick Gardens Visitor Center in London. And this is the PNC Complex, Lübeck. And this is the Flynn Recreation Complex in Boston. And this is Opera House. We also have this Baha'i Temple in Delhi, similar architecture. So these are some of the structures we have to take inspiration from, and definitely study of this kind of structures helps us in conceiving better structural systems when we have to design the structures. And this is the large span structure I have come across in China. This is Guangzhou railway station actually. So whatever my visit, I have many photographs, but time doesn't permit. But I am showing very interesting structural system. Here you can see the pre-tensioning rods actually. It is a very complex structural system. You have the grid, you have the truss, you have the pre-tensioning, and you have the shell behavior in this. And this is another interesting thing, gantries we have seen in cantilever. I visited this factory in Tianjin. And now I'm going to show the projects done by us, the large span structures. So this is a pyramid we have designed in Kartal near Hyderabad, more than 50-meter span. It is a spatial structure with a diagrid actually. So this is the 50+ meter span diagrid. So this is designed by us. We have done the value engineering considering the diagrid and normal grids also. This is the night view of the same pyramid. And this is another convention center in a design competition which we won. Is the concept we have presented for a 500 people seater auditorium. And this is the outer view of this. So this is also designed by our office. So this is a special purpose machine fabrication unit in Vizag, which we have designed with Proflex sheeting. That means no truss, no purlins actually. This is the first time we designed. And then an indoor auditorium, indoor stadium, which we have designed for my alma mater, the JNTU Kakinada. And this is also a bridge we have designed, conceived with an architectural feature, aesthetic feature. And here we have designed this convention center, exhibition center. This is a convention center and this is an exhibition center and an iconic tower in a central business district as part of the Delhi-Mumbai industrial corridor, where this convention center spans proposed are almost like 50 meters. And this is the other view of the convention center. So this is an interesting form we have designed with a conical shaped cylindrical shell with an arch and then bracings actually. This is a fish belly structure actually. Sorry. This is another steel structure we have designed, a clubhouse for a residential community in Hyderabad in Musapet. That is Cyber City Developers Rainbow Vistas. That is the project. And here we have used this steel structure resting on boulders. We have not removed the boulders. We have done the boulder stitching actually. And this entire structure, you can see this is the spanning and it is like a truss sitting on the boulders. And we have not removed any boulder, we have not done any filling. And some of the floor contains the glass to see the boulders below also. And we have even designed a 7-story structure on these boulders. And this is the AP Legislative Assembly, again with a span of more than 20 meters, 25 meters I think, and to seat about 275 people. We have designed this structure and it is occupied. And then this is an industrial structure for ITC Chirala, which is done. This is in concrete actually with the transfer girders because there was a proposal to use the upper floors here. And here, this is a span of 25 meters, not very large, but it is a steel frame. We have used the frame joint without bracings actually, and only the gable end will have the bracings, and all the rest we have used the moment connections with the built-up sections of the steel. So this is the detailing of the columns. We have used the built-up section of the box section along with the I section. And I'm seeing a comment, I'm not able to refrain myself. In fact, people are talking about software when we are talking about structures. I mean, software, I'm telling you, any structural engineer, we have to first design the structure without using the software. We use the moment distribution, we use the factor method, we use the portal method. We arrive at the sections first. To check the overall deformations and overall secondary effects, only we use the software. Software is only a tool. I'll ask you, what is 6 multiplied by 3? What is your reaction? Do you use the calculator or do you tell So it is very important for structural engineer to know calculations and estimating the forces and even the estimating the deformations. It's very important. Please don't think of software first. So if you see this structure, unless as an engineer we visualize the structure, we should not think of software at all first. At the first instance, I've seen people discussing about Tekla or Johnsor or all that while I'm explaining about interesting structural systems. I'm disturbed actually. So you please note, never think of software first, think of forces first, think of deformations first, and how to analyze. We must feel that structure. In fact, it's very important people to use our own thinking capabilities, and we have the no. It is only we have it is a detail extracted from here. That is why we are showing this circle. It is not opening actually. I'm just showing the box section here, 2 channels, and I section together. And this box section we have used for all the facade structures and all, supporting the facade structure. And this is a very interesting structure we have designed almost like 20 years back. And this is the gable end, you can see, and the overall width of this gable end is 62 meters. And this is the Kirby building, which is length is 306 meters, and width is again 67 meter with future expansion. This also we have designed about 20 years back. Here the challenge is alignment of the structure, and the spans are also like 25 meters. And this is another steel structure for the factory building which we have designed with the gantries. You can see span is not very large. I think it is 25 meters. And this is the composite deck, composite slab with the concrete and permanent decking. So this also we have designed and executed. Very efficient in terms of, we have used it for, I'll show you other structures also. This is a Schneider factory building in Hyderabad. Here also we have used 30-meter span structure. So this is the interior view of that factory. This is a fully air conditioned, you can see the ducts and all that, and this is insulated panel, that's why you don't see the purlins. We have camouflaged the purlins with the liner panel with an insulation in between the standing seam. We have used standing seam about 15 years back only. This is a 45-meter sheet without joint. So this is the another interior view. It's almost like 1 lakh square feet, and this is the skylight for that large span. So here you can see the structure. So these are the transfer girders, and so we have 15-meter span here and 7.5 meter spacing of the rafters, and you can see the trapezoidal shape of this beam for supporting these rafters. And this is 30-meter span rafters actually. So we have done these power plants also where turbine buildings, powerhouse requires large spans, and we have done those structures, and this is in Gujarat, Dhuvaran, 112 megawatts. And this is a truss that is designed. This is a portal truss actually. So this is the detailing of that truss. And this is a gantry with lattice structure. I don't remember the span. Can we zoom it? Yeah, it's not clear. DRK, do you remember the span of Dhuvaran? Yeah. This is another power project, and this is the warehouse, multi-story warehouse we have done in Hyderabad for Gati Logistic. It is called EDRC. So this is the structural system. It is all framed structure, again with the composite deck. This is another rolling mill and fabrication and galvanizing factory with bolts manufacturing. This is again portal structure which we have designed, and very sleek and economical structure, I can say, that we have designed. So this is the detailing of that structure. This is Kirby, of course. And this is another interesting structure we did, about 12-meter span pavilion, actually, for in Hyderabad with a cable support. It's almost like 14, 15 years back. And so this is the pavilion structure. As I said, in the sports, you require this kind of large span structures. And this is the structural system, the foundation, and this is the column supporting this truss. And we have also proposed the strut, because this is a canopy type structures, you have the uplift and down thrust also. So we just can't depend on cable alone. So we have used these pipe structures, and you can see we have braced this for the lateral stability of these trusses, because primarily this is a linear structure with a large cantilever. So these bracings are very important, and we have to check for earthquake also. So this is another view of the same thing and you can see this is a triangular lattice actually. It's a triangular structure. Very well thought out structural system, and this is another industrial structures we have done, and these are the oil farm actually. And this is another manufacturing facility of 2 lakh square feet we have done near Hyderabad. And this is the edible oil refinery near Hyderabad, near Kakinada. And these are the dome structures that we have done, income tax tower. Here, the interesting part that we have done in this structure is this dome is, I think, 25-meter span or so. But it is resting on 4 buildings. You can see the expansion joint here. There are 4 blocks, and they're rectangular blocks. And on connecting that, we have designed this dome. So when you have these rectangular blocks, the deformations will differ actually, when there is a wind particularly. One is the dome should be anchored to this 8 supports that we have created. At the same time, these building deformation should not transfer the stresses to the dome, because dome is very sensitive to this shape and deformation. So what we have done here is we have provided the bearings here for the dome. That means these bearings will allow the lateral movement. These are all neoprene bearings with shear slots, so that they will allow. We calculated the deformation in the building. The building is about 16 storied. So we calculated the deformation, and we have given the allowance in the bearing for the movement of the support. So supports also we have to think very carefully. Otherwise, they will start leaking and will blame on construction or something. So in the structural system itself, we have to take care of these supports. And this is another interesting dome we have designed. Arts Gallery in Hyderabad, in Madhapur, you will see this conical dome. A very challenging structure. And Games Village, of course, we have done the design and detailing for the contractor. And this is another distillery factory, steel structure again. It's a large span. And this is another sky shade we have done with the steel truss. This is in Gachibowli, I think. So this is a arch-shaped dome, cylindrical arch-shaped dome. Again, we have used the triangular truss lattice with the pipes, using the pipes. And the purlins, we have used the jet purlin here. So this is that industrial structure I have shown. And this is a HPCL Vizag, also a powerhouse which we have designed. And this is the Sterlite, another interesting mineral processing, aluminum. Now it's called Vedanta. And the span is 47 meters. 1 minute. And we have used the box section portal. You can see how sleek it looks. And you have the conveyor on the top. And we have designed the shape of this structure to follow the shape of the heap that is formed when ore is dumped in this. So this is another interesting structure, and we have used it is 8 meter span, and we have used the lattice purlin. Normally you have lattice truss and box purlin, but here we have used lattice purlin with a box section. In fact, this is a photograph sent by client saying it looks very interesting structure. And these are the drawings done for the same structure. Extensive detailing, that is very important in large span structures. Otherwise, if anywhere the detailing goes wrong, this may come down during erection itself. So we have to be very careful and give all the details carefully. And these are all the details of that structure. And this is the conveyor gallery and the chimney. And we have also done this Aerocon panel manufacturing in Kondapalli for Hyderabad Industries, Visakha Industries, Nagpur, Salem, Visakha Industries. These are all the industrial structures. And this Anaparthi, you know, this ASRS is automatic stack recovery system, which is mostly used in nowadays Amazon, that is unmanned warehouses actually. You have a stacker crane, which will be recovering and supplying. And we have done this about 25 years back. The stack itself supporting the roof we have, for this factory, this warehouse. And there the challenge was the drift, we had to limit it to 5 mm. And so that's why I'm very keen to show this. And this is another large span structure. You can see simple latticed portal. And then this is the layout of that. And then Snow World, another interesting structure we did. This is about 35 meter by 42 meter span. We have used all types of structures in this. We have used the post-tension beams about 20 years back itself. Post-tension beams, and we have used the steel structure with composite deck with unreinforced concrete, with fiber reinforced, like polypropylene fiber reinforced concrete roof. So this is another structure we have done. And this is the dome which first we have designed for the same 35 meter by 42 meter. It is a combination of spherical and conical dome. You can see interesting form. We have done the design, detailing, and construction started. And when I visited the site, when they said they are using the FRP for cover of this dome, I have stopped it. The estimated cost of this dome was 1.2 crores 20 years back. And we did that steel structure with fiber reinforced concrete in 60 lakh rupees, half the cost. So we have removed the dome. I said you can't get visitors by seeing the dome, but you may lose the dome within no time due to the fire. So we have to consider all these aspects. That's what I'm trying to explain. So this is the structure of that dome which we have designed. And this is another dome in JNTU Engineering College, Hyderabad. You can see the sleekness, and we have given this hoop tension is the main thing. That's why we have given this lattice truss, and we have these cards and ribs. And very interesting design we have done for this large span dome with a polycarbonate sheet, multi-wall polycarbonate sheet as the material. And this is the structural drawing, and this is the structural drawing. And this is another Hyderabad Entertainment roof truss. This is another warehouse we have done in Pune and Vapi, very large areas, 2 lakh square feet single building and 7 lakh square feet single building. So this is Vapi structure. This is the 7 lakh square feet in single building. I have to add the photograph, but and we have done many tall structures like 80 meters, as I said, 173 meters is the tallest, 213 meters is the tallest structure I have designed in this cantilever category. And these are all the structures and detailing of the end flattening for these square hollow sections we have done. And the precast is another latest thing nowadays for this large span structures. We have done in US these projects. I'm sharing the drawing, showing you the drawings, columns, structural columns. And this is the detailing of the structural columns, or we call it as a shop drawing. And we have double T's which can span up to 60 feet or 18 meters. This is used for parking garages. This supply of these double T's is available even in Hyderabad, now in India actually. You can see the very least reinforcement and only pre-tensioning is done in the ribs here. And this is a double T drawing with end bearing detail. And the portal frames we can precast like this. And hollow core slabs, we can go up to 14 meter span, 15 meter span. And inverted T-beams and structural wall panels, spandrels, edge and stairs. So these are the photographs in US lifting hook detail in the precast wall panel. And this is the inverted T-beam and double T you can see here. It's all with the dry joints, only welded joints. And casting of the beam reinforcement, precasting, and this is a wall panel with the hooks, slinging arrangement and all that. Handling, stacking, and these are all the wall panels, and this is the transportation of the panels. And this is a building of 1 lakh square feet completed in 1 month in Virginia state. And this is the, you can see these steel plates used for welding the joints. This is the double T, and it is an inverted T-beam and welded here. And this is a multi-level car park. This is a 60 feet span, and this is a spandrel you can see. So this is another future structure we are going to do. This is a Secretariat building in Hyderabad, and this is going to have the domes, multiple domes, which we are going to design this. So just for the sake of interest, I have shown. And this is the night view of that Secretariat project of Hyderabad. So with this, I'll conclude my talk on these large span structures. Now I'll take the questions if you have any questions. Any questions? Pawan, you are doing our project with interesting precast with liner panel with the brick finish. Any questions on large spans, any of you? Thank you, sir, Vadalkar. Yeah, I'll share the PDF. How is the connection done in precast? You have a dry type connection and wet type connection. In India, Middle East and Europe, wet type connection is done. That means with concrete inside. What is economical span in structure? There are two types. Sometimes we are allowed to fix the span. Then we do the study of comparison of the cost and buildability and value engineering. Then decide the span. In fact, I made one BTech project, economic span, optimum span, and they found it is 3.6 meters if you are allowed to design on your own. And some other question. In the large spans, actually, we normally design large spans where it is obligatory. That means that span is required. In such case, we have to design for that span. We don't have choice to reduce the span. Once the span is given, we have to only arrive at the optimum structural system for that span, whether it is 100 meters or 300 meters. One is the form that is decided by the client, and once the form is decided for that form and for that span, as a structural engineer, we have to arrive at the optimum system, structural system, whether it is a dome or whether it is a cable stayed or whether it is a spatial lattice. Yeah, economy of the large spans, temperature stresses. We have to design and we have to design for this temperature stresses. We cannot relieve the temperature stress by, okay, because in structural span, when it is a span, you can't give an expansion joint. If you have a 300 meters, so we have to design for the temperature stress. I have designed a grid floor of 20, I forgot to mention it here, 25-meter span grid beam with a 750 depth. That is the largest span. The building is Andhra Bank Central Office in Hyderabad. That was my second, in fact, I forgot to show them. The interesting structures I have done in my first job itself as a structural engineer was CPRI, Hyderabad, where there is a spherical hinge at the base for the portal and a cylindrical hinge at the joint, and it is a guide portal of 47-meter span and 60-meter tall. I have designed that about 33 years back, 31 years back. Very interesting structure. It is standing in Hyderabad, and erection of that was my biggest challenge, how to erect it. Then L&T Ramakrishna gave me a solution. He said introduce temporary fixity. After erecting every structure and putting the guys and all, remove the temporary fixity. That was a very surprising solution for me those days. And next interesting was this Andhra Bank Central Office building, where we have designed a 10-storied building with 25-meter span grid without columns. And that beam depth restriction was 750 Samil Selvan may be remembering these things. With BVS only I designed these things. And then SIPET folded plates, 20-meter span, 12-meter span, we have done SIPET folded plates. So these are the maximum span grid slab I have designed. Thank you, Dhansilan sir. One transfer girder is there of 4 meter deep. Will you allow to cast stage wise? Yeah, we have to allow. We cannot cast 4 meters in one go. Is there any maximum span limit in structure from design point of view? Then we are not designers. We have to design the span. Like even 1.2 kilometers people have designed with cable stayed bridge. In Hyderabad also we are getting in Durgam Cheru. What is the cantilever span of cable stayed pavilion? That is 12 meters cantilever. Yeah, Durga Prasad. Thank you, Raghavendra. So, any other questions from Satyavani? Ashyap, you don't have any questions? Arun?
Sir, I'll study and put up a question.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. You have any question?
The largest span which we have designed, which as at Satyavani, sir,
47 meters.
47. Okay, 47 by 60 meters. That height.
No. That is not unsupported span for Snow World, but Sterlite Vedanta is the 47 meters and cantilever span is 12 meters, what we have done. And cantilever vertical span is 173 meters. We have designed.
Okay, okay.
And I have a bit doubt that how can we join the foundation and the joint in steel? That is by base plate actually, with anchors.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Hiremadji from Hubli. DRK has done that detailing, I think. Have you done the DRK?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. The detailing of Sterlite Vedanta. Or D. Lakshmi has done. So, if there are no questions, I'll close the. Proflex sheet, 1 minute. Proflex sheet can be taken up to 25-30 meter span, Sanjay ji. We can take Proflex sheet.
We are already done Apex, sir.
Yeah, Proflex, that's what I said. I have shown that Apex also. So Subramania.
But they have not explained about the erection of these large spans. That is also the biggest thing in the erection spans structures.
Yeah,
Erection
that's
is-
right.
That also has to be given by consultant, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Without considering the erection system, erection plan and construction loads, large span, that is why large span structures are special actually. We have to think of construction engineering, what kind of crane we use, what method of erection we use. There are incremental construction, there are modular constructions, and we create, as I said, we create temporary hinge during construction and then fix it, or temporary fixity and during, so the construction methodology affects the structural system also, actually. So that's a very important point, Subramania, you raised. So thank you very much. I will conclude my talk today. Satyavani team to stay back. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.